Just having a look at extract EXT. Okay, basically this is the overall chart from 80 cents, and I've taken a fib set from the 80 to the $11.45. Okay, what we find here at this point is the 38.2% overall fib. Okay, now we've had a little bit of bleed through that. What I've also done is I've run down a set of quadrants from the high to the low, and that divides up into quarters. Okay, and it'll just give you some ideas of what points you need to look at. Okay, I've also drawn a fib set from the high down to this low. Okay, and that will give parameters of resistance points as well as support. Okay, I've also drawn another minor fib set from the high of that candle there from the low. That throws up a 161 fib, okay, at 261 and the 423%. These are levels that they can go to, and stocks are pretty good at hitting 161s, as you can see here. If I draw a fib line down from this high here, which is the middle high of Extract's chart, okay, the middle high back to the 100%, the 161 perfectly hits our top perfectly. It went through it a little bit, but that was the closing top. Okay, so a thing to bear in mind there. Also another thing to look at, there was support here when it went through. Okay, and it's supported there before, and a little bit of bleed through, but that is just basically giving us a line that we can work off here. Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, and it'll be interesting to see where the next level up is on that. A lot of fibs there. 261 at $17 odd. There's a 161 here at 14 and a half. Okay, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so we'll rescale that. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to zoom in to show you what's basically happening on the chart here and now. Drawing a line down through these highs here, and we finally had a breakout. Okay, we've had a breakout from there. This here would be a flagpole, is what I would expect. Okay, and this is a small pennant in here. Okay, now if the pennant was to break and break up, okay, we would be expecting a target of around these levels. So again, up around the 161. So it just sort of confirms everything. Okay, basically there. If you have a look at the MAs, they've come up and they've done a cross, and this is what I call the cross of 30-day moving average cross of death. Okay, and we had another one back here. We're going to have another break up through the 50 like we did here when the stock was trading above, but it's more convincingly trading above this time here. And if we just zoom in a little bit closer, we'll just get to see that there's your 50-day is being support, your 30-day is under it. So what I'd expect now is the 30 to automatically come through the 50. The 7-day here in green wants to kick up, the standard error barrier wants to kick up, the red will then go up and either bounce off the green will go through at this 200 at the moment. The 200 is the cap, that's the thing that's holding it. So these MAs, if they can all come up through each other here, okay, then cross the 200, which it might have a little breather while it's doing this, but it might take a week or two, okay, but it might even take up 1 week. But you know, if they come up and they go through the 200 there, that's a golden cross, okay, and that's when the stock, I'd expect to see the stock start to fly again. Just how far it's going to go, we don't quite know. Okay, but there's some levels to look at. Okay, have a look at the indicators on the daily chart. Okay, again, this is the MACD. We could get a divergence off of this line here. Okay, it'll turn and kick. Okay, it's looking like it wants to. The stochastics has already turned. Okay, and our short entry has already been triggered here on our DEMA, and RSI, which you can't see but I can. Okay, is now just turning up. So bear that in mind. The daily chart looks all reasonably well and good. Just going to the weekly. Okay, and basically the same set of fibs again on the weekly. They fit a little bit neater. Okay, the moving averages, the 7 needs to come up through the red. Okay, that's what one would expect. And then for them to both go up through the yellow. If this yellow continues to cap it, that's what basically where it'll stay, and it'll be more sideways. But with the trend line here at the moment, and the moving averages doing like that, I'd expect it to continue on and come up. And you'd look along these levels here. These are just fib projections here at the moment. Okay, there's that line of highs that's been broken. Okay, and now we'll just go to the weekly charts indicators. Well, look, we're basically wanting up. Okay, hasn't quite triggered the short entry just yet, and also the RSI is looking like it wants to trigger up as well. So it's sort of looking to me like it has found its bottom, and now it wants to go and play. This is the monthly here. Let's quickly put that up. Okay, and I put these speed and resistance lines in ages ago, and I haven't had a look at this chart for quite a while. I was quite surprised when I opened it up today and just saw it's doing exactly what it should do. So I'd expect the standard error band to turn up over the next month, and for things to continue up, I'd expect that this 14-day in here is actually up here somewhere. Okay, and it should get a move on basically from here to then. MACD hasn't turned yet. The Scott's just starting to. We've had double the average this month than we've had for the last 2 months, so average is on the pick up. Short entry's had a trigger here, and it's back moving again. Okay, above. It's trying to get up again and above. Okay, so all in all, pretty reasonable things to look at there for extract. I'll just quickly go back to the daily as well. And okay, so the things to look at, we need to break above the 200-day. Okay, all these are looking like they want to get up and cross. So it's definitely broken out and above. So yeah, it's got a good chance of going on with it from here. Your risk reward is not all that great here. Your risk is very minimal compared to reward. There's something else to think about as well. Okay, but that's it from me. By the way, the candle on the weekly is a Harmony cross. Okay, it's quite bullish. Okay, so we need a higher open and close next week, and jobs are done, I'd say. It'd be quite a significant turn.